Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, good afternoon. So today I would like to explain about psycholinguistic. So before that, I must to uh, introduce to you about myself. So my name is Lingga Yulianda. You can call me Lingga. I'm from PBI 3A. So we must to know about the definition from the psycholinguistic. So the definition from psycholinguistic is study to the person to guide or using and understand about the language. So I take the general resources because I want to make easier to understand about the definition psycholinguistic. So the next is example from psycholinguistic. So I will tell you about the example using in condition like if I will make an interview from the student and we must to planning before, but when in the real life sometimes our planning is different because we must to face the psychology from the student. So the benefits is the first is we can know or solve the problem complex form language. So we must to know the language is not one the meaning, so we must to learning about the linguistic because like the syntax we must to learning about the syntax because the syntax is can to be solved from the complex language. And the next is we can know about the silent mood. So silent mood always there is in student from 5 age. Why? Because the student of 5 age always silent in the last condition, but they don't silent, they just don't understand, or maybe they must to thinking about what they talking about like that. So the parents must to making the nice input to their children. And the next is we can explain the linguistic and the psychology. So I told you before in language we must to learning about linguistic because from there we know about the psychology from the language. Okay, the next is why the teacher must to know about psycholinguistic. We know about the psycholinguistic is related to language and they support to learning in school. So I think that is important to the teacher have to know about psycholinguistic. And then the next is about what are the major areas of study in psycholinguistics. So I will tell you the first is spoken words recognition, and then sentence comprehension, and then sentence production, message construction, memory limitation, and cross-linguistic. So we must to know about how does psycholinguistic study to the human minds. So it concerned with the ways in which language is represented and processed in the brain, and psycholinguistic is a part in the field of cognitive science. So if you want to know about the psycholinguistic, you can find in your cognitive. So I think that's all to me, and maybe I will tell you from the conclusion from the psycholinguistic. So psycholinguistic is important to the teacher. They must to know about the psychology from the student so they can making learning is easier and is nice and can manage a nice classroom. Maybe enough, and thank you.